249-2016. Whereas the city of Crittenden under ordinance number 249-2016 established a salary range for the alcohol beverage control ABC administrator for the city of Crittenden, Kentucky. Whereas the exact salary of the ABC administrator was never established by subsequent ordinance or other official action. And whereas the position of ABC administrator was previously filed by the former mayor of the city of Crittenden at no additional expense to the city, and whereas it is a common practice for mayors and or city officials in smaller cities to perform the role of ABC administrator at no additional cost or expense to the taxpayers. And whereas the city of Crittenden is desirous of changing the salary range for the ABC administrator, now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of Crittenden that ordinance number 249-2016 is hereby repealed and placed as follows. As part of annual budget process, the salary or other compensation, if any, for the alcohol beverage administrator shall be established by the City Council in consultation with the mayor. In addition, as part of the annual budget process, the council, in consultation with the mayor, shall determine the allocation of funds generated from ABC licenses, fees, taxes, or other revenues. Said allocation to be in compliance with provisions KRS 243.075. Alcohol Beverage Control Administrator, provided by KRS 241.1601, cities with a population of 3,000 or more in which alcohol beverages are permitted shall have city alcohol beverage control ABC administrators. The duties of the ABC administrator shall be assigned as may be necessary to implement this chapter and as established laws of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, as well as any local regulations approved by the City Council of the City of Crittenden. The mayor may initially assume responsibilities of the ABC administrator. However, he or she may designate a person to fill that position. The position of ABC administrator shall be part-time with the hours not to exceed 20 hours per week. Oath and bond of local ABC administrator and employees. The ABC administrator, before entering upon his duties as such, shall take the oath prescribed in KRS 241.180 and shall execute a bond with a good standing corporate surety in the amount of not less than $1,000. B, the ABC administrator may require that any city employee under his supervision to execute a similar bond in such amount as he deems necessary. The functions of the city ABC administrator shall be the same with respect to the city license and regulations as the functions of the Kentucky Alcohol Beverage Control Board, the respect to the state licenses and regulations of ABC administrator, described in KRS 241.190B. The ABC administrator shall have the same powers and duties with respect to suspension or revocation for cause of city licenses as the City Alcohol Beverage Control Board has with respect to state licenses under KRS 241.060. The ABC administrator, on his own initiative or on the complaint of a person, may institute proceedings to revoke or suspend any license issued under this chapter. Right of inspection. The city ABC administrator and his designee shall have available at all reasonable times for their inspection all book and records required to be maintained by licenses under KRS 244.150. And the city's ABC administrator shall receive copies of all reports submitted by license to the State Alcoholic Beverage Control Board. Appeals from the city ABC administrator. Appeals from the order of the city ABC administrator may be taken to the State Alcohol Beverage Control Board by filing with the board within 30 days. A certified copy of the orders of the ABC administrator. The board shall hear matters at issue in accordance with state law.
Are we ready for the third one? All right. An ordinance of the city of Crittenden, Grant County, Kentucky, establishing the bidding threshold for city expenditures. Be it hereby ordained by the city of Crittenden, Kentucky, as follows. Whereas the city has not adopted a local model procurement code, whereas the city procedures, goods and services under the terms of KRS 424-260, also known as the General Bidding Statute, whereas prior to June 27, 2019, the procurement threshold was $20,000. Whereas the threshold for invoking the General Bidding Statute has since been increased $30,000 by act of the General Assembly. Whereas the same bidding threshold applies to cities and counties regardless of population. Whereas the burden of a $30,000 expenditure on citizens of a small community is proportionally greater than on residents of the metropolitan areas. Whereas the purpose of the bidding process is to provide an offering to the public, an opportunity for competition, and a basis for exact comparison of bids. There's legal reference to a case of Handy versus Warren County Fiscal Court. Whereas the bidding process protects the tax-paying public against the waste of public funds and prevents abuses such as fraud, favoritism, and extravagance, and whereas the city desires to establish a bidding threshold which is proportional to its population, be it ordained that the City Council of Crittenden that the bidding threshold for the procurement of all goods and services not otherwise exempt shall be $8,000. Any prospective purchase potentially meeting or exceeding this amount shall be subject to the terms of KRS 424-260.
Also, my apologies to the council. I needed to add to the agenda the KLC insurance, and the KLC, we need a motion. The KLC insurance is $20,808.22 to pay for workers' comp, liability, and property insurance, and that has to be included in the budget. We need a motion to approve it.
It was in the budget, 21, you mean the new budget?
No, we just need the motion for it, that we can.
We just need a motion to go ahead and pay that.
Oh, gotcha.
It's $20,000.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Clarification, because I couldn't hear all
Oh,
that. This is for this year's existing budget?
Yeah,
It's for the new budget.
since it's that much, we need to go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Jennifer? Yes.
Early,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
This time, if you're signed in and you'd like to, if you have a question, or would like to ask something to the council and myself, feel free to do so. Anybody have any questions or comments? Our next caucus meeting is Tuesday, July the 30th at 7 p.m. And the next regular council meeting is Tuesday, August 6th at 7 p.m.
Danny has a question.
I have one too.
Now, I got some questions. I asked Mr. Edmondson if I should add this to the agenda. He said wait till the end of the meeting and be okay to do it. I know you all got a lot going on, but if there's any way we can save time, where we could try to get the minutes and the treasury report early with our caucus packet, or with our packet for the meeting. So we're not wasting, well, I'm not wasting time reading over it. I know Megan does a lot, we might be
Well,
on
we had a
vacation.
reason.
I just didn't have everything ready by Friday to get those to you
All
guys.
right, you do a good job. You
And
do a good
it's
job.
hard with the treasurer's report when it falls on the
When it-
weekend,
and
and I
not a
can't get
holiday.
those numbers.
And is there any way that when we had that walkthrough up there at the Worthington House, it was pretty neat, 3 council people were able to go up there. I would like to see if we can set up a date where all city council people can go through all the city properties, buildings, and garages, and fire departments, just to look and see how things are. I don't know when would be a good time. I know a lot of people work, and some people work nights, which I'm there too. So I don't know if we could discuss that on the caucus and set up a time. We don't have to vote on that now.
That's fine.
And I'd like to see what we'd have to do, or people's thoughts. Well, I've got a thought of having a parking spot in the front for people that come to the building to do city business in front of the doors where they could get in there.
With so many parking spaces, then I know we passed this before, you have to have a limited amount of handicap space.
Well, all due respect, we got one on the right and one on the left of that. And we need to show that we're a friendly welcome to the city of Crittenden, instead of parking over here and walking up. Just an idea. If people don't think that's a good idea, on council, tell me to be quiet and I won't bring it up again. People think it's a good idea to have a parking spot in the front of the building for customers?
I do think we need a parking spot in front of the building for customers, Tammy.
Okay.
I've had people mention it to me too.
And I read lips real good, and also you can see the look on people's face. Can we go back, and Joe has a hard time with me, can we move these end tables in just a little bit where we can look at the people that we're talking to and looking at them? Because the window to the person's heart is their eyes. And I like to look and see what people are doing, and sometimes I read lips, and I know we're gonna be getting
Very helpful.
microphones sometime, but still I'd like to look at the people, see what's
Yeah.
going on.
And we look like a bobblehead going back and forth.
And I don't wanna have my back to the people that come to watch us too. I wanna be able to address them, but if we can just move them in just a little bit, because I feel like I'm crowding Joe, and I'm pushing Todd over to the end. He almost fell over already. And if anybody thinks that's a bad idea, or not a good idea, let me know. If you think it's a bad idea, I'll be quiet and bring it up again. Anybody would like to see the tables move, where we can look at people's
I
eyes?
think the tables are fine, I think the parking lot's fine. I think that people can walk 3 steps from the corner spot, that's kind of getting pretty out there. I mean,
Annie's suggestion would be very helpful to me, because I do read those. And it's very difficult for me to hear people on that end of the table, because we want the discussion on progressively.
When we get the microphones, as Todd's gonna be working on those, it's gonna be really good.
But I'd still like to see if we could just shift them in. We don't have to go to the big U like we did before. We can just bring it out a little bit where I can see, like right now, I can't see Paul. I can't see Paul at all.
How can you miss me? I'm big as a house.
Talk about your face, beautiful.
I have something to bring up as well. If you're finished, then.
I am finished.
I just talked to Pete about something, another reason why we really need to get these minutes ahead of time. I see one thing that was left off of the June 18th minutes, and that was the change in the Public Works amount for the year to $51,951. That was left off.
What page was that on, Jennifer?
It's on this, it's on the minutes of June 18. It was left off of the numbers that we changed the budget to, and it's a significant amount of money. It's $50,000.
Well, on that, it says second by Council Joe Busey to approve the second reading ordinance 273 with adoption of the council's proposal.
Right.
So that was in your proposal.
Yeah, $51,951, and it's not here.
It's not on the paper.
So, okay, so you're saying it's in there?
Yeah, because I went with your proposal.
Okay, All right, thank you.
Is that correct?
Yeah, can we see the final budget at the next meeting?
Yes, I'm trying to get it ready to
Thank
type
you.
up and send to the paper.
Thank you, sorry, I misunderstood.
I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
A second. All in favor, have a good evening, have a safe return.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You see their dogs and everything out there? I know.